here, so I'm just going to talk just because when people watch it later, it's not a big awkward pause and stuff. But I hauled ass over here. This is not where I camped last night, but I hauled ass over here because I figure it's better than shooting the live stream in the back alley just for a better signal. Where I was at when I woke up this morning, it was around 7 o'clock when I woke up. Um, I didn't want to, I couldn't shoot there. Hey, Allie, you're the first one in. I was just saying, I hauled ass to this area. This is not where I camped last night. How do I sound? How's the audio sound? Oh, I should turn this on. Just so I can see the chat room better. Yeah, like this was the campground I was shooting for the other day. Here, let me kind of show you. But I ran out of daylight. Good, good. So I was shooting for this yesterday. It's a primitive campground. That basically means if you got to use the restroom, dig a hole somewhere away from the water, of course. But dig a hole somewhere and bury it. And also bring your own water. But it's not that far from right down the way here is like a 2 kilometers is a 99 speed mark. So I decided instead of shooting this in the back alley of the speed mark, I would come over here and do the live stream. Because where I was at last night, it was like, so it got dark on me, but there was all these old like I guess they're like fruit stands. So like during the daytime, people are selling the fruit, whatever's in harvest at the time, alongside the freeway. People pull over, buy, you know, that's very common in all the places like Vietnam, Cambodia, spot like that I've been going through. So I'm assuming it's the same in Malaysia, just roadside fruit stands, and I see them all the time anyway in Malaysia. So but yeah, I found a few that were in good enough condition. Most of them were just like ran down and ragged with holes in the roof, but there was some. Hey Flea, how you doing, my brother? Yeah, not bad. I mean, honestly, I was just so close to a busy road, and it was busy. It was a fruit stand. It was actually a fruit stand. So it was like the thing is elevated off the ground. Like you see how I'm sitting on like a, what do you say, like a pallet bench. It was higher than this off the ground, and it was in really good condition. The one I did find, and the roof was in really good condition. Everything was fairly clean. Until I woke up this morning, then I realized, oh no, there's an ant, you know, an ant's nest at my feet, but luckily I'm off the ground. So no signal out there. So when I woke up at 7 o'clock, I decided to hop on my bicycle because the video I tried to upload last night, it just, all night, and it still didn't upload. So the new bike, yeah, that's there's a noises, there's like clicking noises that's coming out from, it's the same noise that my pedals made, the actual pedal when the bearing was going bad in the pedal. And I'm wondering if that's it. I'm not feeling enough. But yeah, I don't quite know what that is. It's like a click, 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 you know, and that's when I'm putting a like a load on the chain, you know, when I'm actually pedaling uphill or something. I'm carrying quite a bit of weight now, you know, so when I'm just cruising and I'm turning it, I don't get that clicking, only when there's a load on it. So yeah, and it feels like the bicycle's also like stressing, you know, like the metal is stressing and stuff, creaking and stressing, and I don't know. So we'll find out if anything breaks on it. Like I said, it is only a $68 bicycle. But yeah, but it's still in better condition than my last one. My last one, actually, it broke in pretty good. It just, the part that was bad on it was the fact that the chain was so worn out, and the teeth were worn out from me staying in basically my favorite gear, that it wanted to skip all the time. You know, it just wanted to skip teeth. And so yeah, that was the main thing. So when I was gonna get the chain replaced, he's like, no, you need the freewheel in the back, you know, the cassette replaced too. Otherwise it won't make any sense because the teeth won't line up properly. And yeah, and that ended up being 110 ringgit for like you know, was it 180 more, you get the whole bicycle. So that was my financial decision on that one. Other than that, yeah, so I slept at um, yeah, I'm just right down the street, so I think I'm 4 kilometers from Mersing. Mersing is, if you actually look where Mersing is, I'm at the campground south of Mersing along the beach area. So let me pull it up real quick. Yeah, I'm 6.4 kilometers from it. Like I said, I headed over here just so I'd have something in the background that wasn't, you know, an alley. Um, and if you guys know, you can open up my, like in the description, I always keep a link to my Google Maps folder. And you can open that up, and I try and update that before anything else, before I start editing and all that. Sometimes it slips my mind, but if you jump on there, you can see, even before I post the video, where I'm actually at sleeping that night. And you can read whatever little notes I might throw in there too. Yeah, so it's just like a digital diary I started. It's just started as a curiosity to drop all the spots in Morocco that was at, like all the I think I was doing hostels that I was staying at, and with no notes. And then I think I started taking notes. I did it across Spain, but with no notes. I think I started taking notes in Japan. So yeah, then it became a digital diary after that, and it actually turned out all right. You know, that was because if you switch phones, you keep your Gmail account, which keeps your maps and everything, all your folders and maps and stuff. Other than that, yeah, I don't know what is out on that island. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I was like trying to figure out if there's any reasonable accommodations that's like $10 or less type, but I don't think there is. So that would mean camping, and yeah, I mean it's cool. Like dropping pins on Google Maps is cool because when I walked across Spain on the Francis, that was like the first time I ever did like a long distance hike. I mean, I've always hiked, but doing the hobo thing, you either hop a train. If there's no train, then you hitchhike, and if you don't hitchhike, then and you can't get out either of those two, then you start walking. And but eventually someone picks you up. So it was always a last option, but to go out every day and just focus on waking up every day and going, all I'm doing today is walking, you know, then you don't have any worries about doing like, oh, I've got to go grocery shopping, I've got to pay the bills, I've got to go do this, I got to do that. You know, this the day-to-day stuff that you have to always do. It seems like there's a non-ending honey-do list that you're always doing, even if you don't have a honey and she's not writing you out a to-do list. There's always one for yourself. And yeah, so walking was like, there's a serenity in it where you just, you know, you get up in the morning, you walk, and then by 1 o'clock you're done with your 30 kilometers and stuff like that. And yeah, and you do that for a month and a half, and it's nice. Hey brother, how you doing?
Okay.
Good. Yeah, sharing this down here with other people. Actually, I'm pretty well got it. Like all the boats are empty, and yeah, it's pretty awesome down here.
Where are you from?
I'm from the United States, but I haven't been there for 2 years. So yeah, just been bicycling through Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand, now Malaysia. Yeah.
Last Malaysia.
No, Indonesia probably next. I'll probably do Indonesia next. Take a ferry over and stuff, but yeah, just doing a live stream. So yeah, no, it's down here with some company and stuff. So yeah, no, it was awesome actually. It opened my eyes to like long distance travel on foot. In Singapore? No. I just went over on foot in Singapore. There's not actually Singapore is a lot bigger than I thought it was. Honestly, because getting on the bus, it looks like the distance to Queen Street, where the bus takes you. Because what happens is when you buy the bus ticket, you get on the bus, it takes you to the border, you get off, and you keep the ticket, and you come back on, and then they take you all the way down to like Queen Street, which is right next to Little India, Chinatown, and well, everything I filmed down there. Um, Borneo, yeah. I have to do East Malaysia. I have to figure out how to get over there. That's all it is because I want to do the east side of the peninsula, but then when I, but then it's like I still need to go over to East Malaysia and do the island over there. And once I'm over there, it's no problem because then they share the border with Indonesia, and I can go back and forth for visa wise. But but yeah, I got to figure out how to get over there. If you guys, any of you guys know how to do that, write me a comment later because um, write me a comment later because I need a. I could probably ask Doug. Doug's always knowledgeable on those things, but I'm not sure what type of boat I would take to get over there. Hey, brother, you take it easy. Nah, wasn't trying to ignore him anyway, but it's funny because talking into this, I still feel pretentious. Like I don't know. This is new to me. You know what I'm saying? Is doing this. No, no. It's basically nice for nature. Yes, there's some big budget accommodation you can book online. Yeah, no. Some budget ones. Okay. So I think I looked and I'll relook. The main thing is how much is the ferry to get out there and stuff. And if it's reasonable, I'll do it. But it's a really small island, so I can't see staying there more than like a night or two, like 2 nights, 3 days or something. And if it's too out of my range for like moolah, then I don't do it. So remember, I'm not really a budget traveler. I'm just a budget person that's trying to live in the world. Honestly, that's what it is. Someone said, "Hey, I like it. You're not like." Oh, the jellyfish? I don't think I could even swim in this out here. I mean, I would have to probably walk out like 3 kilometers before I'd even get into anything past my knees. In yeah, I mean, this is pretty well just sand that goes out for a long distance. Plus, it's kind of hard to. About 25 USD to get a ferry. Is that a two-way though? Take it from Indonesia. Oh, are you talking about to get to East Malaysia or to the island? That's what I'm talking about. We're talking about two things here. Um, yeah, Flea, you're talking about going to the island, right? Not East Malaysia. But yeah, this is where I was going to camp last night, but I didn't. Yeah, 25 for just to get out to the small little island out there. I don't know. It depends. Let me do my research on that. Let me do my research on that. If there's some stuff I can offset that by camping. But right now it's like those little islands like to get hit with, pretty good with the weather. So I don't know. Let me think about it. I've gone to quite a few of the islands. I don't know. I've been to, what is it? Port George. And which other ones did I do while I was here? Anyway, I'm not actually skipping on the islands. It's just it depends on if it's reasonable or not. So I did Port George. And did I do any other ones while I was down here? Yeah, I did Pancor Island, right? Is that? Yeah, I did Pancor Island, Port Georgetown. Excuse me, Georgetown, Pancor Island. So I've already done 2 of them since being here. Um, okay, let's see if I missed anything here. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, that's it's. It sounds like it might be a small little. Yes to island. Probably not worth going. They're up to date with the ferry fares. You can inquire at. Yeah. Okay. You know what? Maybe I'll just go and inquire about the prices to make sure. Thank you, Flea. Is not like inquire. There is no fishing community. There is no fishing community. It is more for nature lovers who want to check out the rainforest. Okay, I got you. Yeah, but usually the nature lovers always come with a higher price, unless you're like a free camper like me. But then you're satisfied with almost any type of nature. Most nature lovers are glampers. You know what I'm saying? They want to go somewhere and just spoil themselves and see the nicest waterfalls. But these are all spots that are like, yeah, it's like you're gonna pay $90 per night just to stay in a hotel that's gonna take you on a boat to the mouth of a waterfall. You're gonna get out, walk like 200 yards and stuff. But I'm not saying that that's how it is there. It could be full on nature lovers. I'm just saying it seems like there sometimes you have to pay the pretty price to be like. It's like the waterfalls in Thailand. Let's put it that way. Thailand has now gone completely ridiculous for like to see like the waterfalls. It's like the locals can see it for a really good price, but if you're gonna pay as a tourist, you're gonna pay like almost $15. Just to go see a waterfall, like hike a little ways and see a waterfall. And it's like what? That's too expensive. I even was like, no. I mean, I don't mind shelling out like a few dollars when it keeps up the parks and recreations, and someone has to take out the trash, and I don't mind paying for these things, but at a certain point you're like, yeah, no, that's too much. You're asking $20, to go see the Grand Canyon. Now actually it's probably $30, to go see the Grand Canyon. It's like to see something that's natural. And that's not including like the room that you got. That's just to get through the gates. $30, and it's probably a lot more now. But it's like, no, the Grand Canyon's awesome, and they know they're awesome. That's why, that's why they're asking for such a great price. But if you want to do it for free, for cheaper, you could just go out there and work. It's actually you can work for the people at the restaurants and stuff like that. And you can live out there for like, I don't know, it's like $30 a month. It's like really cheap, because they give you your own little. I talked to a German guy that was just bussing tables, and he was like, oh, I don't know, they don't pay me enough. And I was like, well, how much are you getting paid? Basically, like, he's getting paid $10 an hour back then, was not bad. Plus tips, and I was like, yeah, but you're not paying anything in the rent, and you're living on the rim of the Grand Canyon. I'm like, dude, it's awesome. They're giving you your own like little log cabin. They're only charging you enough to cover the electrical, and then you just go to work all day, and you're basically just keeping all the money that you're making. And he's like, oh yeah, I guess I never thought about it that way. I'm like, and it's like. And right now, actually, because there's so many foreign people that are coming in and working at the Grand Canyon, they really want people to speak English to be out there. So, like, someone like me could easily get a job there. But that requires being in one place for a long time. And I'm not real good at that. Hang on, I gotta put this phone down somehow. So I can drink some ginseng. But, there you go. So anyway, there's the bicycle, like you said, is click, 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 and that's what you hear in the videos, guys. I don't know what that is. I guess the next bicycle person, I'll go take it in. It could just be bad bearings on in my pedals, but because that's basically the same noise. But then again, I'm not an expert, so I don't really know. And still haven't learned how to use this. Oh, so what you guys don't know what I was talking about. When you open up the screen, it turns on. Okay, DJI, right? And when you turn it off, all you need to do is like rotate the screen, right? And it turns itself off. I had to get rid of that option because you can see how it's on. Because it was just, when I'd flip it open, it would just turn itself off for no reason. Well, there's a reason. You see how it's vertical like that? I'm not sure if you can see that, guys. But if I see that, that's the short right there. That's not supposed to do that. So if I put a little pressure on the top part of the screen right there, it changes it. So yeah, there's an actual short in one of the sensors for actually when it flips open. So yeah, it changed. So to have that fixed would, if I do it to outside of the DJI personnel, right? That will void my warranty altogether. My warranty allows 2 full replacements per year. So if I try and do that locally here, let's see. See if, oh yeah, I'm missing Taiwan. So I know some of you guys said, hey, why don't you just try and fix it locally and stuff like this? It'll be cheaper. Hey, Hitlet, how you doing, brother? Cambodia, day 6. You're back there a ways. That's cool. I can't remember what was on Cambodia, day 6. I know Cambodia kicked my ass, though, because that was the hottest it's been. And when I got turned away at the border, going, what was that, Thailand into Cambodia? I think that's what it was. I mean, excuse me. That would be vice versa. I think that was Cambodia into Thailand, and they're like, no, you got to go 70 kilometers along the border, out in the middle of nowhere, no signal, because it's out in the middle of nowhere, just hot as hell, man. That really tested me, man. It took me, that 70 kilometers took me like almost 4 days because of the hills and everything. It was rough, man. I almost had heat stroke a few times, but yeah, it makes for good TV. Yeah, I just disabled it. What I did is I figure I'm still far enough along in the contract for the DJI that I'll just learn how to deal with it. And before the before the warranty actually expires, I'll go ahead and just stick out the thumb, lock up my bike somewhere. It's just a cheap bicycle anyway. If someone steals it, then I will, or just give it to a kid. Say, hey kid, want a bicycle? I should have did that with my last one. I wasn't thinking, but I just let the guy at the shop do whatever he was going to do with it, right? And I really should have just gave it to the first person I saw. But yeah, I figure I'll just deal with it because this has been like a workhorse. This is like 5 months since we're going on 6 months of travel now on bicycle. It took me about a month before I got this, I think. So yeah, it's almost 5 months of just constant use, and that's constantly doing this all day long. That's on, that's off, that's on, that's off, and that shorted that out. So I'll just keep on going, keep dealing with it until like right before the warranty starts expired, then just hitchhike across the countries, get to Vietnam, take some of the commuter trains. I could get there fairly quickly that way, and fairly cheap, and then I'll have to camp out for at least a month in Vietnam while it's sent in and everything like that, and they go over to make sure I didn't do it on purpose or whatever, and then they send me a new one. But I think I'll just deal with it until the last minute. And I'll just remember that I'll have to stick close enough to Vietnam. Yes! Ah! See, that's right there is why I hate this kickstand, man. These legs do not go out far enough. That wind just blew that thing. And hang on a second, guys. Yeah, so here. Sorry. Great photography, but hang on a second, guys. Yeah, so if I'm not on like completely flat surface, these legs don't go out far enough. So if this is like a little off balance, or the ground's not completely flat, or the wind blows a little, this thing just falls over, and then my phone gets thrown clear. So I don't know, that's a pain in the butt, because yeah, that's why that's why I'm using my old school phone right here. No, it's not old school. It actually is a pretty good phone. It's Samsung in my handlebars, so when it does get thrown, which that's twice now that it took a tumble. That's why I said, yeah, it doesn't have enough spread down here. And actually, I've had this one on my motorized bicycle. I actually had both of them. Like the one that kicks back both like that hangs down too far. It just hangs down. This one, when you kick up, they go on one side. So if I don't know if I could film that. Hang on. So when you kick this up, this one folds in, right, this way, and then they both come up on the side here, right? Well, the thing is, they don't spread far enough apart. And since my motorized bicycle, all the weight was right here, I never really had that problem. But all the weight being here in the back, you know, yeah, this kickstand I thought would be better. It sucks. So that's why I don't have my expensive phone in the handlebars, because of that issue right there. It just grabbed out. But no, it's an all right kickstand, because I have to remember to be very, very careful. I still have the other one in my bag, but that's a one-sided one, and I don't remember having much better. Anyway, I got the video. Oh, is it? I'm not sure if I can do much about the wind noise. I'll just talk up louder, because to stay out of the sand as much as possible, because the sand doesn't need to sink that far in on one side. Like he said, these aren't spread far enough apart. Yeah, it's just a suck-ass kickstand. I might just go back to the one I have in the back of my bag, because that's where all the weight would be, right by the bags. So anyway, alright guys, going on a half an hour. I wanted just to tell you guys, I know the wind's probably being nice and loud here, but in what, 6.5 kilometers I will be in Mersing. So Mersing is right down the street from me. I might try and find some accommodations, some cheap ones if I can. So right now I'm just gonna get off, have some caffeine, and start looking for a shower because there's no shower points out here right now. So, all right, guys. Anything before I go? Speak up or forever hold your peace. And if I forgot any comments, overlooked the comments or something, just repost them when I put after this video's out, and I'll get back to answering all of them. Yeah, brother. Like I said, I'm gonna try and do this each morning, just kind of like to go with it, active and stuff. And I would have done it this morning where I was, but one, it was 7 in the morning, but two, there was just no signal. But yeah, after I start pedaling, I'm like, well, I might not have a signal later on either. So it's like trying to give you guys a heads up when I'm gonna actually do it. It's probably easier just to do it as soon as I get up. You know, get up, throw out like a half an hour, whatever type of, you know, warning I can give you. But just remember, when I do wake up, you know, I usually don't wake up till 10 anyway. I mean, 9 o'clock, you know, and I'm not usually gone by 10. But, bye guys. Peace out. And, yeah, I'll try and do another one tomorrow. Like, I'll try and get in this, you know, I mean, eventually I won't be able to, but it's the best way to learn is through repetition. And I'll master this live stream yet. All right. Peace out, guys. Yeah, I'll have the new video up right now. Right now. Look for the new video.